Everything seems normal. The lights are on, cars are moving, airplanes are crossing the sky, millions of computers are processing information, cities are glowing, factories are working, and billions of people continue living as they always have. Then everything changes. A light bulb flickers, television screens go dark, traffic lights stop working, mobile phones lose their signals within seconds. Entire cities fall silent. No internet, no satellites, no communication, no electricity. At first, people believe that it is only a temporary power failure, but then the truth becomes clear. This is happening everywhere, across every continent, across every ocean, across the entire planet. Power stations fail, hospitals switch to emergency generators, airports lose control systems, trains stop moving, stock markets freeze. The modern world begins to collapse because humanity has become completely dependent upon a force that nobody can see: electricity. Without it, our world becomes almost unrecognizable. The question is no longer how this happened. The question is how long humanity can survive. Tonight, we will discover what would happen if all electricity suddenly disappeared. The first few minutes feel strangely quiet. People look upward, confused, concerned, and completely unaware of what is about to happen across the world. Entire cities fall into darkness, streetlights disappear, traffic signals stop working. Elevators become trapped between floors, computers suddenly shut down, television broadcasts end, mobile networks collapse, millions of messages remain undelivered inside airports. Confusion spreads rapidly, radar systems fail, electronic displays go dark, air traffic controllers struggle to understand the situation. Meanwhile, hospitals activate emergency generators, doctors rush to protect patients, scientists attempt to discover the cause, governments call emergency meetings. But communication itself has become a problem. Far out at sea, ships lose important navigation systems. Inside factories, massive machines fall silent. Around the globe, the modern world begins slowing down. Then another terrifying realization appears: fuel stations can no longer operate, water pumps stop working, banks lose access to digital information. The internet simply vanishes. Within only 1 hour, human civilization begins experiencing something never seen before, and this is only the beginning. 24 hours have now passed. The world has changed completely across every continent. Darkness continues to spread. Cities that once glowed throughout the night have become silent. Traffic remains frozen. Communication networks remain inactive. Most people still hope that electricity will return, but it never does. Inside homes, food begins to spoil, refrigerators stop working, air conditioning systems fail. Heating systems shut down, water supplies become increasingly limited. Hospitals continue operating using emergency generators, but fuel supplies are rapidly disappearing. Around the world, governments declare national emergencies, police forces attempt to maintain order, military units protect essential facilities. Meanwhile, factories remain silent, supply chains collapse, shops become empty, fuel stations remain closed. Millions of people search desperately for information. But there are no messages, no websites, no television broadcasts, no satellites. The modern world has suddenly returned a much simpler and much harsher reality. Then scientists discover an even greater problem: the systems that produce food depend upon electricity, and the consequences could become catastrophic. Days continue to pass, yet nothing changes. The lights remain off, the internet remains silent, and modern civilization begins to break apart. Factories stop producing goods, fuel supplies become scarce, food distribution systems fail, thousands of businesses shut down completely across the world. Supermarkets stand empty, long lines form outside water distribution centers. Hospitals struggle to continue operating, emergency generators consume the last remaining fuel. Life-saving equipment begins shutting down. Meanwhile, financial systems collapse, banks lose access to digital records. Electronic payments disappear, global trade almost completely stops, air travel becomes impossible, railway systems fail, large cities become increasingly dangerous, people begin leaving urban areas, entire communities search for new ways to survive. Scientists and engineers work desperately to restore the electrical systems, but the challenge is enormous. Human civilization has spent more than a century building a world powered by electricity. Now, that world has vanished, and humanity realizes that survival itself has become the most important task of all. As the days turn into weeks, humanity begins to change. People quickly realize that the old world is gone. There are no computers, no satellites, no mobile phones, no television broadcasts, no internet. For the first time in generations, billions of people must learn to live without electricity. Communities begin working together. Food is carefully rationed. Water becomes one of the most valuable resources on Earth. Doctors continue treating patients using whatever equipment remains available. Farmers return to older methods of growing crops. Mechanical tools replace electronic machines. Engineers attempt to rebuild essential systems. Scientists continue searching for answers. Meanwhile, governments struggle to maintain stability. Some regions adapt quickly, others descend into chaos. Around the world, people begin creating entirely new ways of life. Humanity has faced countless disasters throughout history, yet every time people have found ways to survive. Once again, human beings must rely upon their intelligence, their determination, and their ability to adapt. But one important question still remains: could civilization itself ever fully recover? Weeks become months, months become years, yet the question remains, can civilization recover? The answer depends on many things. Humanity still possesses knowledge, scientists remain alive, engineers still understand how the world once worked, books still exist, ideas still survive, but rebuilding civilization would not be easy. Modern society depends upon countless electrical systems, power stations, satellites, communication networks, factories, transportation systems, financial institutions, and vast digital networks, connecting billions of people. Without electricity, everything changes. Cities shrink. Local communities grow stronger. People begin depending more upon one another. Entire industries disappear, others evolve. Meanwhile, researchers continue searching for methods to restore power. Small generators appear, simple mechanical devices return to daily life. Slowly, humanity begins rebuilding. The process takes years, perhaps even decades, yet hope remains, because throughout history, human beings have demonstrated an extraordinary ability to adapt, and that ability may once again determine the future of our species. But one final question still remains: could an event like this actually happen? So, what would happen if all electricity suddenly disappeared? The answer would be devastating. The internet would disappear, communication systems would fail, entire cities would fall silent, and the modern world would change forever. Yet this scenario also reminds us how deeply connected human civilization has become. Every satellite, every hospital, every computer, every vehicle, and almost every machine depends upon electricity. Most people never think about it because it is always there, silent, invisible, and incredibly powerful. Fortunately, this event remains extremely unlikely. But tonight, as you switch on a light, charge your phone, or connect to the internet, remember something: the world around us exists because of forces we rarely notice. And if those forces disappeared, everything would change. If you enjoyed this documentary, be sure to like the video, subscribe to RailForge, and join us as we continue exploring the mysteries of science, space, technology, engineering, and the extraordinary universe around us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary.